Welcome to this edition of Wealth Creation Investing. My name is Forex Joe, and in this session we want to talk about the Euro US dollar versus the Dow, a direct correlation to 13,000. As I play this disclaimer, after the election we had a situation where the incumbent, President Obama, was elected due to the fact that he did not have a mandate for what he was going to try to accomplish in the next 4 years. The markets went crazy, and as the time of this recording had dropped 250 to 300 points during this session. We also had the Euro US dollar break below critical areas of 128.28 and 128.00 to go below, and if those numbers hold, we will have some rules of engagement for you to take a look at in the markets using the Dow at 13,000 and the Euro US dollar. As we show you our gears as we do each and every session, we have the 15-minute chart that's used by day traders and scalpers doing all the work that rotates into 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. I work on a daily chart. I am a swing position trader, so I'll be looking at the daily 24-hour chart, accumulating all my information. I put it together for the FX trade alerts the previous 24 hours at 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern New York time, and I'm looking left to right for the weekly and monthly chart to generate positive pips on a consistent basis. Those of you that want to continue generating positive pips in the Forex markets will continue to have light bulb moments. As I'm in my 12th year of trading in the Forex markets, I continue to have light bulb moments even at this time. Well, during the journey, we have found a direct correlation with the Euro US dollar and the Dow once it reaches 13,000. Recently, current clients have generated positive pips on a consistent basis using the Dow as another tool at the 13,000 level during the US trading session. The Dow goes up and the dollar will show weakness. So that means the Euro US dollar will go up. When the Dow goes up, the Euro US dollar goes up, showing weakness for the dollar. When the Dow goes down, the US dollar shows strength, which means that the US dollar will be going down or being sold. When the Dow goes down, it's people are pulling their money out of the stock markets and looking for safe havens to protect the currency. So they go to the safe haven of the US dollar. With the Dow approaching the 13,000 level, the key will be if support holds or the Dow breaks down below 13,000. The onus will be on traders to grasp and understand direct correlation of the 13,000 Dow against the Euro US dollar. Those learning these concepts will have an advantage in live current market conditions. You'll have another tool in your toolbox that will give you an opportunity to participate in the markets. Now what I've done is I've shown you a yearly chart here on the Euro US dollar. This is pulled back on Monday, November the 5th. And on November the 5th, I've drawn lines. Those of you that understand price action, I've drawn your lines in price action. We've shared that in other videos. You can watch those videos. But I've drawn lines across for 130. The next line in the middle is 132. The next line at the top is 134. Now what we saw towards the latter part of 2011 was that the pair had moved from around the 138, 137 area straight down through January. It broke through the 134, 132, 130 area. Then it reverses and comes back up and retests the 134 area, as you can see here, and it progresses back down into May, and from the middle of May until the middle of September, it is below 130. In fact, it hit a bottom all the way down here near 120 during this period of time, but it broke above 130 here, and you can see two retests of the 3187, 3200 area, ladies and gentlemen, since September. It is now broken below the 128 under current market conditions today, and the 128 becomes resistance. So let's mark that number down, 128. And you can come back and review and stop this and review this chart because it gives tremendous training. Now let's progress and let's take a look at a Dow chart for the year. This was pulled back on November the 2nd when the Dow was at 13,093. On Monday we had a little bit of an uptick in the Dow because many traders were hoping that the more business-like challenger, Mitt Romney, would be elected to the White House, and this would have traders in the Dow excited about the fact that he would be working on the debt issues of the United States and other areas that would be convenient for businesses to succeed. So what I've done is I've drawn a straight line across here at 13,000. You can see 13,000. Once again, let's go down here and take a look at April, May, June, and July. You can see how since the latter part of last year it went to the 13,000 level, tested, bounces back, and then it goes above here in March and then again in May. Then from about the exact time that the euro US dollar broke below 130, the Dow breaks 13,000 and it stays below 13,000 all the way till August. And then in August it breaks back above 13,000 and comes back and retests before it gets to this high of 13.5, and now we have broken below 13,000. The direct correlation that I'm talking about seems to be that the 130 area of the euro US dollar and 13,000 was in play for what we call the summertime blues. Clients of mine rode this and made tremendous amount of pips. So under current market conditions, if you are part of our FX trade alerts, you will be alerted on what to do with the Dow at 13,000 and the euro at 128. Let's go to the next chart. This was pulled on November the 5th, and what I did is went into a little bit more detail of showing what happened. First of all, we have this purple arrow going down from the latter part of last year. It shows breaking below 130, then the reversal. I've highlighted this area from March to the May area going sideways, but here's something of significance that we need to take a look at. We continue to have lower highs. So what you had here was a high, it breaks down, retests to 130, comes back up, but it does not quite reach this number, comes back, it retraces back up, does not reach this number, then it breaks through the 130 area and shoots down. There's a retracement and it shoots all the way to 120. Now this is over a several month period. The key being, and when you hear me talk about selling the rallies, because I'm looking at a daily, weekly, and monthly chart and more pips, this allows the trader to know that when we get lower highs, the overall trend downward is continuing. We had this trend start up here in the latter part of last year. In fact, this trend's been going on since July of 2008, if you want to go all the way back to when this trend started. But once again, for 2012, we kept having lower highs. So we had it break through, it goes to 120, it comes right back up and retests the 130 area, going to not quite 132 but around 31.87, and it's double topped in this area, and now here we are at the 128 area. So we had a range for a period of time from September to undercurrent market conditions from around 127.50 to about 131.87, somewhere in that range. Nice range to trade if you're trading oscillators. If you don't have a clue how to trade oscillators, we'll teach you how. The bottom line is we now have broken below 128 right now. We have the Dow below 13,000 right now, and we will be monitoring the Dow during the U.S. session to gauge as another tool to generate positive pips in the marketplace. Now, earlier today we had the ECB announcement, and Draghi was speaking, and we don't have those results yet, but if you're a member of our FX alerts, you will get those results, and you will be prepared to know what's happening in the markets under current market conditions. Let's go to our next chart. Once again, here is the Dow. I pulled this on November the 5th. We saw that it went to 13,112, a little bit of an uptick on Monday due to people being excited about the possibility of a challenger being elected. The incumbent was chosen last night. It has scared the bejeebers out of people in the stock markets because they are clueless about what's going to happen with the fiscal cliff upcoming, with all the information that this president's proved not to have a mandate for how he's going to help this country get out of $16 trillion in debt. People are moving out of the stock markets and they are putting their money into Forex markets and commodities. So we have this 13,000 area. You can see where this shot up. Here was drawing, we had tops drawing here. We had it where it broke below 13,000 here in May. Stayed below 13,000 till the middle of August. This was the same time that the euro had a huge drop all the way down to 120. It started back up and went back above 130 right about the time that this area was staying above 13,000. It's topped off just a little bit above 1350. We have a triple top, and now it's trying to close below 13,000 with the euro below 128. So write those numbers down. The euro at 128. The Dow at 13,000. So as you can come back and review these, you can start seeing a direct correlation between the Dow at 13,000, the euro US dollar. Right now the resistance will be 128, 128.28. And if you want to keep abreast and how to generate positive pips on a consistent basis, then here's what we'd like to offer you. We have our FX currency control. It's a step-by-step guide to wealth creation through Forex, and it's 10 modules of video training. In this 10 modules of video training, you're going to discover the basics of how to trade the foreign exchange market using support and resistance. Once I tackle on my proprietary mathematical, statistical, and analysis concepts or numbers, the numbers don't lie, you then will have certain areas depending on whatever trading style that you use to generate positive pips on a consistent basis. Essentially, it's the stuff that works day in and day out that you can rely on to make money. This currency control is a step-by-step guide to wealth creation through Forex. It's normally a $498 price. You can get it for $18. Now, besides getting this for $18, we'll give you a free 14-day access into the Forex trade plans, FX alerts. Now we have limited copies of our new Forex trading product, so get involved now. Go to www.wealthcreationinvesting.com/get-control. www.wealthcreationinvesting.com/get-control. I'll let you type that in. It's going to cost you $18. With the free 14-day access, I will share with you in a detailed narrative form how to prosper using the euro US dollar under current market conditions with the Dow at or above 13,000. In fact, if the Dow closes below 13,000 here on Wednesday, it will be the first time that it's closed below 13,000 since August the 3rd. This is of huge significance, and you can generate positive pips, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hesitate, don't procrastinate. We ask that you participate. It is a tremendous learning tool. Now we know what the next stop is for support in the euro US dollar. We have two numbers below 2,800. Would you like to know what those numbers are, so if you got into trades following our system where you would be protected and where you could take profit 1 and take profit 2 as a swing position trader? If you want to know those numbers and have an opportunity to get involved in these trades, take advantage of our currency control step-by-step guide to wealth creation through Forex. It's $18 instead of a normal $498 price, and you'll get 14-day free access into the Forex trade plans. www.wealthcreationinvesting.com/get-control. I don't know if you can click on this link in this video, but if you can't, please type this out and get involved. My name is Forex Joe. We appreciate the opportunity to serve you. Until the next training video, may all the pips be with you. Godspeed. www.wealthcreationinvesting.com/get-control. $18 gets you 10 modules of video training, free 14-day access. Hang out with us as the Dow gets near 13,000, the euro 128, and we'll show you what to do depending on how we use these tools to participate and generate positive pips. Godspeed, everybody.